Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, my angels. Welcome back to my channel. Hello, Karleen. I hope you click like, subscribe, and share if you're new here, if you're just coming on. If you'd like to ask questions, of course, I'll be doing a live chat after we go through the weekly signs, Aries through to Pisces. So just hold on to your question, post it in the chat box, but you have to be a subscriber. And I welcome donations. The chat button at the bottom, the donation button is at the bottom of the chat, or you can check the description box where when you scroll down, you'll see a support link where you can go, support. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you have a great start. Those of you that are just waking up and just starting your Sunday, that you're easing into it and maybe easing into it with me. And those of you that are ending your Sunday, that you're easing out of it and you're easing out of it with me. So we're going to dive into the energies, the overall energies that are coming up for the week ahead, and what I'm picking up, what's coming through, Aries through to Pisces, a message meant for you. And yeah, I think I'll stick within that frame. So let's have a look at the general message. I won't call it the collective message because I'm still, taking a slight break, but a general message. And I have to tell you this story. I met this person yesterday. I'm walking along and doing my thing. The Christmas markets are opening and stuff like that. And all of a sudden I see this beautiful wanderer. This was a wandering spirit or wandering soul, like absolutely stunning. Long flowing beige coat, matching boots, like just really kind of stylish and elderly, very, very elegant in the appearance. But his nose ring, because he came from India, his nose ring was like sparkling in the sunshine. And it was so symbolic of his overall shine. And there was just something about him. And so I walked by him because he was just sitting there doing whatever. And he looks up at me and he has this big smile on his face and he just goes, "Hi." And I'm like, "Hi." And so that was that. And I thought, I kept walking, but he stayed so present in my mind. And I thought, I should have stopped and just started chatting with him and seen what was going on and so forth. And but I didn't. I just kept walking. I have my headphones on, I'm listening to music, but every now and then his face keeps coming up in my mind, keeps coming up in my mind. So I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna turn around, walk back, and say hi and just see who he is, because this wasn't anything like looking for a partner or anything. It's nothing like that. It's like one of those magical beings that just once in a lifetime or twice in a lifetime float through your life and kind of redirect the energy or the course of your trajectory. And so I turned around, was pulling off my headphones to walk back, and he's standing right behind me. I was like, we almost bumped noses. And he was just about to reach out and touch my shoulder. And because he'd had the same feeling that this was something that, we needed to speak, that we had some kind of a, something that needed to be exchanged. So he was trying to keep up with me. And I was walking so fast, just doing my thing. And so we ended up going for coffee together and having the deepest, most profound discussion. And I really looked at him, and he was wearing a hat. And I took a picture of him, posted it on my Facebook. And on his hat, it said alternate future. I'm like, there are no coincidences. This is wild. This is so wild. Our entire conversation. I felt like I met the keymaker in the Matrix. You guys remember the movie? And when Neo's meets the keymaker and the keymaker is like, run, like he had a similar kind of energy vibe, kind of. But I felt like all of a sudden, like this, it was so fitting. It was absolutely, absolutely fitting. It was such a beautiful encounter. And I do feel like something shifted. I can't explain what or when, or, I just feel like something subtly shifted in my trajectory again. So I'm very happy that this angel floated into my life. And I mean, everything is meant to be at the time that it is. And the conversation itself was really, really, really interesting, to say the least. And so, yeah, he's led an interesting life himself, traveled as well. And we were both speaking how sometimes, you don't intend that. You're actually a person who's looking for stability, but life always has you going because you truly are here with a mission, right? So, but it was a deep personal conversation. But keep an eye open for things like that because they're here, and you may also be one of them, for someone else. So keep an eye open for when your intuition strikes that it's time for you to, just stop and smile at someone, or just stop and talk to someone, or just connect with people. Connection is so important nowadays, especially on a really human level, like not on the level of shared interest, shared agenda, oh, you can offer me something, so I'm going to talk to you. And how do I get myself into this person's circles and on, like all that has to go, like just on a human level, like a deep, real human to human connection, that you're open for that, and that you allow yourself to be utilized for that, because the universe works through you. It works through humans. It works through their eyes, their mouths, their hands. It works through you. If you're praying for something to come into your life, most likely it's going to come through another human being, right? So at any point in time, you might be that human being for someone else. So don't let your biases, prejudices, you name it, hold you back, or your fears. Just do you with no expectations whatsoever towards the outcome. And I think that's the key thing, because we're so used to having expectations of ourselves and of everybody else and of life and all of that. And to step into that space where there's absolutely nothing at all. It can be, why should I do that? There's a kind of a dauntingness there. So you never know who you encounter. And there's always that saying that you might entertain angels unaware. And yeah, so I posted a picture on my personal Facebook. If you're on my personal Facebook, you've seen it. And but he was magnificent. So that's my Sunday thing. And let's dive into the week ahead. And I will continue, by the way, to come, because I did post on my community tab that a lot of people have left the channel. And this happens every year. Like, well, not every year, but every time there's a major event and the opinions differ, it's like there's a huge drop. And I think it goes for a lot of channels. And some people used to speak on that. Now they don't bother anymore. But it's interesting because there's so much to say to that, how we prefer the echo chamber, how we now are being trimmed or raised to only be able to tolerate opinions or feelings or intuitions that align with our own timeline, how we, all these things that go into, I don't need to break it down because you guys all know, right, what's behind that. And so that same thing happened again, but it is what it is, what it is. And things are starting to unravel. Like they're starting to reveal that there's something else behind what happened there. And the nominations that are popping up, Twitter's going off the rail about the finance minister that he has now nominated, and how this person is a George Soros person. And everybody else is like, well, what did you expect? Like we went from breaking apart the establishment during the pandemic to actually being suckered in by it again, and now supporting it again. So all the things that we were going against, these are being implemented. November 6th, Elon Musk wrote on his Twitter, Novo Ordo Seclorum, so New World Order. Like it's coming into being, whether you want it or not. So it is, these are interesting times. And but it's almost, it's on the edge of where I feel like some people want to really, and I hate the word, no, I don't hate anything, but I dislike the word awake now, because there's so much, aligned with that. But there's this choice of really becoming truthfully aware on a deep energetic spiritual level, where you realize that nobody out there is going to go to war for you, and they don't even know you exist. They don't even know who you are. They don't even know that you were born and that you have the life that you have, and they don't care. They honestly don't care. So realizing that on that level of things in this political arena, It's just like watching a gladiator show. That's basically what it is. Unfortunately, though, this gladiator show has ramifications on our real life. For example, now the climate conference that happened in Baku, in one of the most oil-rich countries in the world. And this was a couple of days. I bet you guys, I don't know if people were talking about it or not, but they just closed that off, and it's a pretty disappointing result because third world countries need a lot more money than they're getting to be able to implement all the necessary measures to stop their what they're putting out into the climate, to reduce their climate output. And China, they're thinking about reclassifying China because China was still classified as a developing country. So, which would mean that it would qualify for additional monies to assist them. And China is one of the countries, along with the US, but China is right up there with toxic emissions into our atmosphere. So without these countries playing along and doing what they need to do, we're going to slide like headlong into this. And as long as we have characters that are get alive for another 20 years or something, who are running the show, that are saying we don't believe in this, even though it's slowly starting to show up, it's really starting to show that things are changing. And even if they weren't changing, it doesn't matter. It's just like live in balance with the planet around us, live in cleanliness and not in floating garbage islands, like it's like gross. And but yeah, there's so much happening that it's kind of hard for everybody to keep up with, but we have to, because this is our, I won't say responsibility, but it is on our shoulders right now to do what we can in our own way, in our own little way, or in our own big way, for the benefit of ourselves, our families, our community, and by extension, everything else, right? So and part of that is to be ruthlessly honest about what we're actually supporting, what we're actually standing behind, and what it's about, what it's really, really, really about. So that's my word for Sunday, and we're gonna dive in and chit chat about Aries through to Pisces, because we like to keep it light, we like to float, we don't want to be deep all the time, right? So let's see here. Good morning to you guys. Yay. All right, so what's the general message? And I'm still trying to decide which deck I want to go with. What deck am I going with here? Let me pull one card. Should I work with you? Or should I work with you? Let's see. Okay. All righty. Okay, so I got the sun on this one. So I have everything's boiled down to two decks, you guys, two decks. I have so many other decks in storage, which I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And I also have decks here, but it just boils down to two decks for me right now. Slowly going to move away from decks again eventually, but we'll see. Okay. What's the message for week 48? Ooh, okay. Something popping up with relationships. I feel relationships are going to be on the table for a lot of you. So two cards flowing out. Yeah. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Coins. And the Wheel of Fortune overall, but we also have the Page of Coins. So a shift, a small shift is taking place. And we've got the Five of Cups to avoid disappointment. Yeah. I feel this is like the general message, so to speak. It's time to take action, and it's okay to take small actions, but it's time to take action to avoid further disappointment, to avoid future disappointment. This is a week where a lot can happen for you, where a lot is open for, generally speaking, where you can make the shifts and changes that you need to make. Okay. So however that looks in your situation, it's enough to take one small step, one tiny step. Just set the intention and move a little bit in that direction, and it will go a long way to um, avoid some disappointment in the future. This can also be a willingness to work on something, because the Page of Coins is willing. It's one of the attributes of the pages is they're very willing, they're eager, they're open. So there's this willingness to work on yourself or on the situation that you find yourself in, willing to invest, willing to learn. This will go a long way for you this week as well, to just be open, be completely open, and be willing. And if you're someone who moves according to what you resist, because a lot of us do that or did that, but if it's just avoiding your resistances, that's not working anymore, right? So we have to move through things that we need to move through, and we have to be willing, right? So we can't just avoid pain or avoid rejection or avoid resentful feelings or what have you. We have to be willing to connect. We have to be willing to share. We have to be willing to trust. We have to be willing to open up. So there's this fundamental willingness that has to come into your being. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The week ahead for the general. 3 more cards, please. We've got the 7 of Wands, the High Priest, and the 5 of Coins. Okay. So for some of you, there may be something to look out for with the 7 of Wands. You may be feeling this week as if, you know, you're up against something that is bigger than you, or you may be feeling like, I have to get ready, I have to get prepared, I have to set myself up for a struggle or a battle or a fight. We've also got the High Priest, and this is the Hierophant. So this may also be a battle against convention, a battle against traditions, a battle against expectations of others towards you, right? So where you're feeling like, I want to do this my way, I want to do this a certain way, but the expectation is something else. So there may be a calling out for assistance or help, and you will receive that help, you will receive that assistance, but there may be a financial component to things this week for you as well. Okay. All right, so let's start off with Aries and move on through. Move on through. Oh, and why I brought up that before, because like the main thing I wanted to say is I'm not going to sell my soul. Like whatever comes through me to say or speak, this is what I say and speak on this channel. This is when you meet me, this is what you get. And that's one of the things I will not do. So I don't see myself changing what I put out to accommodate people's, you know. So sorry, can't do that. Can't do it. All right, Aries. Aries. This week ahead, what's your message? Aries, wow. Okay. Yes. We're already moving into 2025 energies. Like they're ever since Pluto shifted into where it's going to be, you know, settled into its new house for the next 20 years or so. Things have kind of already, you know, started pushing us forward into 2025 energies. And we're seeing this is going to be a brilliant year for you if you ride with it. And this is super important for Aries, you have to follow your intuitions. Okay, this is tricky. This is really tricky, because this is where it's actually going to teach you what your intuition is versus what a coping mechanism and a reaction is. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I had this gut reaction, but it wasn't. It was a coping mechanism, right? That you thought was an intuition, but it wasn't. So of course, these coping mechanisms are reactive, they're based in fear, they're anxious, they're, oh, do this now or you're going to die, stuff like that. Whereas intuitions are soft, they're gentle, they're easy to dismiss, and they don't push you to do anything. They just inform you. Okay, this is here, this is the information, do with it as you will. And so it feels as if, yeah, there's a big thing coming here. That's a big breakthrough this week, some kind of a breakthrough in something that you were planning, something that you were doing, maybe something that you were working on with someone. Again, the intuition part is important because this shows Jericho, the wall of Jericho falling, Aries. And it fell because Joshua listened to God. God told Joshua, walk around the wall 7 times and blow your trumpets and the wall is going to fall. I mean, sounds wild, right? But Joshua says God said it, so let's walk around 7 times and blow the trumpets, and the wall fell. And so this is really important this week, that you listen to your intuition. No matter how zany or offbeat it comes in for you, you got to listen. And what's working against, or what you can work on, is the Nine of Coins in reverse shows up. So the Nine of Coins is really, accolades, patting yourself on the back, being very self-sufficient, very independent, and working on your own. In the reverse, it has different meanings. All the cards have different meanings, but what's intuitively coming up for me is that it's time for you to start looking around again, to work together with others. There's some kind of project that would benefit working together with someone, or if it's a personal thing, it's important that you tune in with others, that you check in with others, that you bounce ideas off of others here. Okay. Don't go this path necessarily alone. Maybe you've been wondering, should I consult with someone? Should I talk to somebody about something? The answer is definitely a yes. This also indicates in the reverse that there may be some money issue that is kind of outstanding, or but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There's going to be some kind of a breakthrough for you, some kind of a second chance, some kind of a possibility. Okay, so it feels like a week of success, Aries. Go for it, dive into it, but make sure that you're connecting with others as you're going through this week. Okay, when it comes to love and romance, I do feel that this is a good sign as well. If you were in some kind of a conversation or concern or what have you, there's going to be a breakthrough. And things are going to start falling into place again. And you'll realize, being in a relationship or being in a partnership is not necessarily only asserting your perspective or your desires, so this Nine of Coins energy of it's all about me, it shifts, it turns around, so that you recognize, okay, it is about us. I have to develop an us mentality. Okay, Aries. Alrighty, let's dive in with Taurus. Taurus, what's coming up for you? The message for Taurus, please. Okay. Taurus, we've got for you the Queen of Wands. So you may be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius this week, or this week is demanding of you that you get up off your butt, Taurus, that you start moving, that you start actively pushing towards what it is that you want to accomplish and achieve, that this is a week where taking action is going to get you ahead. It also feels as if this is a week where you're able to inspire other people. You're really able to communicate your visions, your dreams, your goals in a way that people get it, and they may be supportive of it. People may see you as attractive. You may be receiving compliments. The Queen of Wands is all of that and more. And what's not working for you is this Wheel of Fortune, right? So leaving things for fate to decide may not be your best bet. The Queen of Wands is your best bet forward, is to not take control or take charge or like that, but taking action, making a decision, setting an intention, and moving your actions, aligning your actions with your intention will get you forward this week. Okay. So don't just leave things up to fate. Don't just let life figure it out, because it will figure it out, but it may not be what you want it to be. It may not be the direction that you want to go in. So imagine you being out in the Pacific Ocean and you're just laying there and you're not paddling. You're just letting the winds blow you wherever. So you get blown here and you get blown there, but you never really go anywhere. You have to set that intention. And if necessary, this is a week where you have to paddle against the wind. Okay. So start rowing. All right. Moving on to Gemini. Your week ahead, please, Gemini. What's going on? Gemini. The Gemini mind. Okay. We've got the High Priestess. So literally, this is your intuition. This is memory. This is something coming up from memory, something that is still touching your memories. I feel some kind of memory that hasn't quite let you go, that you're still integrating, working through, working out, figuring out, chewing down, tearing apart, you name it. But there's some kind of pick at something that happened for you, occurred for you, that you're still healing. Okay. And we've got the, yeah, Three of Coins. This is literally the work card, right? So working on integrating something that occurred. Okay. Your intuition is on point this week as well. And I also feel this may be a week of downloads. Akashic Records trips are wonderful. Past lives trips are wonderful. It's an energy that allows you to explore your own consciousness, your own awareness. It's an energy that allows you to dig deeper. There is a connection to the sacred feminine as well this week. So you may be saying prayers, setting up an altar, or just feeling within yourself that sacred energy rise. It's good to allow that expression. You can do all kinds of yoga or singing or you name it, but allow that energy to unfold through you, Gemini, to really express itself without limitation and see where it leads you, see what happens. But it's a week where you're seen as well. Okay, so the High Priestess is not usually seen, but you've got the Three of Coins as well. Okay. And you may have been working hard in the past and feeling like, nobody recognizes my efforts. Nobody sees what I put into things. Nobody acknowledges me or validates my experience or anything like that. This is a week where it's a little bit different. You will be seen, you will be heard, and you will realize though that you have to put some work in as well. Okay. So, but there are people that are there, and a gift and a talent is going to be recognizable for you. Work with your gifts, work with your talents. If you're an artist, paint. If you're a singer, sing. Work with your gifts, work with your talents this week. Whew. Cancer, take time to do that, Gemini. Yeah. Cancer, what's coming up for Cancer this week? And remember, these are just weekly snapshots. So these, not every week are you going to get a reading that is going to be life-changing. I mean, look at all the weeks that you've lived. And most of the time you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? So it's time for you to recognize that this every single moment in your life is a moment of pivot, a moment of change, a moment of possibility, a moment of opportunity where you can transform or shift the flow of your mind, your thinking, your perspective, your focus, your everything, right? So don't worry if some weeks you get like these massive messages and then other weeks it's just like, oh, okay, that was underwhelming, because hey, that's life. That is life. And you're the author of your book, right? So Cancer, what's coming up for you is the Hanged Man. Talk about underwhelming. So this is the Hanged Man, as we know, is a quiet week. Things don't really move ahead on the outer. But in the inner, there's a lot happening, changing in your perspective, seeing things. I already started with your message. Seeing things in a different light, seeing things in a different way, shifting your stance on things. And it may be important that you look at things from the other side, right? So if you're having conversations, if you're facing some kind of an issue or a situation, it's important that you put on the other shoe as well. It's important that you see things from the other side, that you play devil's advocate a little bit, because you need a fuller picture in something that is going on in your life right now, Cancer. Okay. And why you're stuck and not getting ahead, because some of you may be feeling this energy as I'm stuck, I can't get ahead, is because you don't have the full perspective. So you don't see the opportunity that's right there in front of you, or because you're unwilling to take the next step, that you feel, no, that's not what I want to do, which usually leads you past a fear, past something that you're very afraid of. And that limitation you're meant to overcome. So again, common sense, right? So if you feel a fear while you're standing on the Golden Gate Bridge, clearly that is a healthy fear, okay? But no need to push past that. But if you're sitting in life and there's something that you need to do, or some kind of a situation that you need to clear, as in speak to someone or something like that, then once you do that, things will start moving again. They'll start going ahead again. But it's kind of like life has taken away all the opportunities for you except for that one. And you're like, saying, no, I'm scared of that one. That's the exact pathway I don't want to go down. Maybe you have to at least contemplate it. What's the worst that could happen? And what's working against you is you've got the Three of Coins as well. And this is, in your case, in this one, because it showed up in the Taurus reading, is a little bit of a support. But here, the energy I'm feeling is resistant, is a block. And so I'm feeling like there's a resistance to doing the work that you actually need to do, that you actually need to have done. And this is why things are stagnant for you. Okay. So if you're wondering why are things not moving ahead, it's because you're not doing what you need to do. So stop procrastinating, my love, and get on it. And you've got this. You've absolutely got this. Moving on to Leo. Leo, what's coming up for you? We've got things moving fast with the Knight of Wands. And one more here, the Emperor. Okay. Leo, there's some kind of a restructuring that you may be thinking about, okay? Because we've got the Knight of Wands with things moving super fast, and we've got the Emperor card, which has to do with structure, has to do with authority, has to do with stability, okay? So you may be thinking about traveling, you may be thinking about moving, Leo. You may be wondering, where can I rebuild my life or rebuild myself? Where can I rebuild something? Because the Knight of Wands is very unstable. It's not yet built. It's an energy that's moving. It's in flux. It's in change. It's in shift. It's in drama. Okay. So someone may be bringing drama to your life. Now, some of you Leos, I feel, especially if you're in a feminine energy, you're going to suddenly encounter someone who's very significant this week. Two things I'm picking up. Some of you are encountering someone who's very significant, who's very strong, but some of you are running up against a wall. Like you're running into something, and you should slow down and take a look. Look before you leap into something. Look before you jump into something. Okay, so there are two very different, you choose which one is yours. So for those of you that are possibly running into someone this week who's going to be very significant for them, who's going to give you solid advice, who's going to give you solid support, who's going to be part of your new structure in a sense, this is going to happen fast. It's going to happen very quickly. It's going to happen out of the blue, very suddenly. Something new is going to be right there for you. That's actually very supportive, Leo. Then for those of you where it feels like, oof, this is, you're running up against a wall, you're running up against a resistance. You really have to double check, am I going down the right pathway, right? Because something's not well thought out here, right? And maybe you're rushing things, maybe you're pushing things quicker than they're meant to go, and to just slow down, become more pentacly, because the King of Pentacles is also part of the Emperor energy, and I'm feeling all of a sudden the King of Pentacles like showing up. So more grounded in your approach, more realistic, possibly realistic in air quotes, but more grounded, more solid, more one step at a time, looking before you leap. Okay. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, what's your message for this week ahead, please? Virgo, what's Virgo's message for the week ahead? Hope you guys are all doing well. I sincerely, sincerely, sincerely do. And hit that like button. You guys know how this works. And yes, hi love lifts. I do. There's a donation button at the bottom of the chat, and also in the description box, you'll see a link, but the chat donation is fine. Thank you so much. And I do take questions, of course, at the end of the Aries through to Pisces. And right now I'm at Virgo. So let's see what's coming up for Virgos. Virgo, this week ahead, what's coming up for you? Virgo, what's going on? Ooh, okay. Yep. Virgo, you may be contemplating leaving something behind, walking away from something, or you can't wait until something is over. We've got the Eight of Cups and we've got the Page of Swords here. So there's a lot going on in your mind. You're seeking new information. You're trying to find a way out of something, how to exit something. But there may be also something coming up that is coming to a close where you're now starting to plan for that. So maybe your lease is coming to an end soon, or a business contract or something like that. And the thought is, what am I going to do after? Where am I going to go after? And so the planning stage has started for you. This may be this week, but some of you are just looking to get out of something, like not in a bad way, but just I can't wait until this is done and then I can get out. So there's this Eight of Cups energy, leaving something behind, walking away from something. But also someone from your past that is keeping an eye on you, Virgo, someone that is coming from your past that is maybe watching you on social media, watching the stuff that you post, looking at you, kind of following you, checking in with you now and then. And there's a wonderment, like this person is wondering why you left. They still don't get it. They still don't understand why you left them behind or why you cut things off. I don't feel you're in contact with them much, if at all. This feels like a complete just left it behind, but this person is still there watching you. Virgo, a lot to contemplate and think about. I also feel budgeting. I feel all of a sudden I saw you sitting at a table with papers, but also charting a path forward in the future. Like you want to get things under control now. It feels like you're ready to control your own life, to own your life, control it, run your life, and make sure that everything is in order. You want things ordered now. Some of you may be getting health checkups. You may be looking into your health, thinking about your health, worried about that, or not worried, but putting your mind to it, making sure that everything is okay with that. But there's nothing to worry about. Like you're going to move on from that topic pretty quickly. So otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it for this week for you, Virgo. So nothing too much or too heavy here. It's yeah, just the norm and somebody watching you. Watching you. I'm a ghostbuster. So if you feel like somebody's watching you, you can always call me. Was that tacky? I think it was. Okay, I tried. All right, moving on to Libra. What's coming up for Libra? Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra. So Libra is, you've got the Knight of Cups. Ooh, Libra. You're feeling romantic. Libra, you like to live a romantic life. Okay. You like to live a romantic life, but you're looking for love and but you're still hanging on to the past. Why do I say the past? Because you've got the Six of Cups. Bam. So the past, your soul, it's almost as if you gave a piece of your soul to someone in the past and you're still dreaming of that, looking back on that, and you've put kind of the sunshine lamp over the past where the sun only shines in the past. What can help you move out of that energy is singing. And it says in the Bible through, how does it say that? Exactly this here, that if you get into states of sadness, sing, 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 and the singing will move you out of it, shift you out of it. And whatever the spirit from God came on Saul, David would take up his lyre and play. Then relief would come to Saul. He would feel better, and the spirit would leave him. The evil spirit would leave him because Saul was getting plagued by God for a minute there. And so David would play on his lyre and sing to Saul, and that allowed his energy to shift. So it's kind of right there. Try it out. But Libra, it feels as if, you might be singing the blues, but there's this, it's time to sing a new song, it's time to sing some new songs, sing some new lyrics, sing songs of power to yourself, sing blessings in life over yourself, sing yourself into a new future. It's really time for that, okay? Don't get too hung up in the past. Don't get too attached to the past here. And don't get too nostalgic. Some of you are really nostalgic and really illuminating only the good aspects of the past and completely forgetting everything else. I also feel that some of you are trying to woo someone. What is this? it feels like you're trying to woo someone into your life, or you're trying to charm someone into a connection. Okay. Yeah, into a connection with you. Uh, sure, sure, but as long as it's not manipulative. So, but yeah, otherwise this is what I'm feeling for you this week, Libra. You're mainly focused on a relationship, most likely one from the past, or the feelings or the energies that it gave you in the past, and trying to heal that and move on from that. But you have to sing a new song. You really do. Okay. Scorpio, what's going on with Scorpio, please? Scorp, Scorpio. What's going on here? Ooh, 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 ooh. Gotta put one more. Ooh, ooh. Scorp, what a week. Okay, there's a decision that is looming over you. It's almost as if you feel like Damocles sword hanging over your head. There's something that you need to do, but again, similar to, what was it, Taurus? There's this hesitation to do the thing that you need to do. Let go or release what you need to let go of in order to release yourself out of a dire situation. Okay. So why do I say this? Because you're overthinking something. Page of Swords. You're thinking, and trying to find a way out. The situation is demanding a sacrifice of you, Two of Swords, which you don't want to make. You don't want to lose. You don't want to give up something. You don't want to let go of something. And you're hanging on for dear life. And you've got the Strength card, but at the same time, you feel trapped. How do I get myself out of this? How do I, bring up the strength to let go of something, release something, allow something to let out of my life? So yeah, there's some work that you're going to put in this week on yourself to move you out of feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling bound, feeling like you don't have the strength to make something happen in your life. Now, Scorpios usually receive the readings of how strong you are and how intentional you are and how focused you are, and nothing ever phases you. And you usually move through life like, I got this all under control kind of thing. But no, not this time. This feels like you've really got yourself hooked into something, or something has itself hooked into you. It feels like you're sitting in a square box of your own making, of your own thoughts and how you think about a situation, how you perceive yourself in a situation. And so it's almost like you've got yourself stuck in something and you're wondering, how the heck do I get out of this without giving up the box, because the box is attached to someone or something that I really want to have in my life or experience. And you've got to do some work around that, because the sacrifice is necessary, and you've got to cut loose. And in order to cut loose, you're going to have to give something up, but there's something that's limiting you from living a fuller life and living yourself to your fullest capability, and it's connected to whatever you find yourself in. Okay, so let me pull one more card here. I can't, here it is, right? Here it is. Here it is. Being chained, being tied, being hooked on something, and it's not in your highest interest, right? So we can twist things, and we can, pretty it up, and we can say that you're always experiencing something in your highest interest, that even this experience can be used by your highest interest. But yeah, if you allow it to be used by your highest interest, which means that you have to learn from it, which right now you're not really doing. Okay, so you will, though. You will. You will. And eventually you're going to do what's right for you, and move on when the time is right. Saggies, what's your message for this week? What do you need to hear? What do you need to know? Sagittarius, those that are in the flow, how are you guys doing in the chat? Oh, thank you, Maria Christina. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Hey, that is so kind of you. Oh, makes me feel so loved. Thank you. Yes. So moving on to Sagittarius, what's coming up for you? What do you need to know for your week ahead here? What's the week ahead for Sag? And we've got the Nine of Coins and the Ace of Coins. Ooh, Saggy. Okay, you may be focusing on money, 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 money. We've got the Ace of Coins, beginnings, potentials, but we also have the Nine of Coins. Now, the Nine of Coins is what is, and the Ace of Coins is a little bit, what isn't or what's stopping you or things like that. So the Nine of Coins shows that, I'm talking to Sagittarians that have already done certain things in their lives. They've already accomplished things. They've achieved something here. They're showing up as the Queen of Sheba. There is a solid self-confidence that goes in with you. Like you feel very capable and you're doing things, but it's not paying off yet. There's this one pentacle that's missing, like this big breakthrough, this big bang, this big, okay, now it's finally working for me. All the time that I invested in learning and experiencing and integrating, accommodating, doing whatever you needed to do to get yourself into a specific arena. And all of a sudden I'm picking up two directions for you as well. So one is strictly on the career point where you're feeling like, okay, I am successful, I'm okay, but this big breakthrough, this big bang is still missing in my life. But someone else or a different group, this is about a relationship where you're feeling like either you're alone in the relationship or you're sick and tired of being single and you've been single for quite a while. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Coins coming up, and this is kind of, when is this big breakthrough happening in the career? When is my potential or when is my opportunity coming? When is this going to break open for me? Even if you're self-employed or you have your own business. But also on the flip side, for those of you that are looking at it from a relationship point of view, when is my person coming in? When am I going to find the opportunity? When am I going to find my people, my tribe, or my person? And it's really, I'm feeling tired of doing things by myself. Overthinking things. Overthinking is never a sign of trust, and we've got to let it burn. Okay. So the thing that came up for you, Sagittarius, whether career or love, is you're overthinking it. Okay. So your mind is going around and around and around in circles, and it feels like it's just putting too much to it. And you've got to get back into a space of intuition, the Ace of Wands, of just moving when you're being pushed, speaking when you're being told, listening when you're being called, following your intuition so that you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right things. And in time, this will pay off. But continuing down this pathway of overthinking things, mulling over things, wondering about things, and not living your life, Ace of Wands, it's just going to keep you stuck in the same loop, in the same cycle. Okay. So you will be called soon, Sag. Okay, there you will be called soon. Another message that I'm getting for you guys is it's important not to give up on your passion. Whatever it is that your passion is, continue, pour yourself into it. Okay, be passionate, be loud, be proud, express yourself, express your passion, share your passion with others, and it's going to bring you into the right spaces. Capricorn, what's your message for this week ahead? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear, Cappies? What's going on? And let's see here, Capricorn. For some reason, yeah, I want to talk about youth and aging with you guys. I don't know. Some of you are having issues around that. Could that be? I don't know. Okay. So we've got the Page of Candles. This is why we've got the Page of Wands, and we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. And it feels like some of you are, holding on to past versions of yourself, the Four of Coins, holding on to what you think you should be. It feels for you as if time is moving very quickly, as if things are moving very quickly, as if you're shifting very quickly, changing very quickly. And it's almost like you can't keep up with your own self, right? And you haven't had time to adapt to this new version of you yet, this Queen of Wands here. And you may be still holding on to the Page of Wands version of you. So it's okay. It's totally okay, Cappy. It's totally okay. It's okay. It's okay to get older. And Capricorns age like a fine wine anyways, so it's you're lucky to be in that star sign. And but it's time to let go, okay? Because the queen and the four of coins, it doesn't really mix. It turns her into something. She never fully lives her fire. She never experiences her absolute total self. She limits herself, restricts herself, is hard on herself. There's this feeling of asceticism as well, you know, self-denial that I'm picking up from you, Cap. No, no, no. Go live your life, of course, in a healthy way, but live your life, celebrate yourself, celebrate the moments, the good moments that you have. Don't keep dwelling on the past or what's behind you or what's left behind or what's left of your life or how you're already this at this point in your life and feeling like you missed out in some way or shape or form. No, 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 no. Don't waste your energy on that. Really, really focus on enjoying the moments, enjoying the good things, finding blessings in the good thing, in the little things, as well as in the big things of your life, in the big moments, but also in the small moments and the moments in between, and the clouds in the sky, and the birds in the air, and the food on your plate, and all these things. Find joy. Really switch your mind instead of focusing on breaking yourself down all the time and what you are not. Focus on what you are and focus on the joyful things. Really important for you this week. I don't know why this is coming through so strongly for me, but some of you guys are really hard on yourselves and feeling like you haven't accomplished the things that you set out to accomplish in your life. Your life is almost done. It's almost over, which is all not true. Like your mind is just going out of control. Okay. So live your life, be joyous, you know, just be the the version that you are now of this fire energy. You started off as the Page of Wands and you're developing and you grew and you evolved into the Queen of Wands and you're expressing the same energy. Just do it in the way that you are now. You're fine. You're totally fine. You're like a flower that's blossoming, Capricorn. Okay. Don't look to the past and see what you missed or what you messed up or whatever. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Aquarius, what's coming up for you? What's your message for this week? What do you need to hear? Aqua. And we've got the King of Coins and the Devil. Ooh, Aqua's hooked, hooked, hooked. But you also have the Devil riding through your house right now. You've got Pluto. Okay, this is not Pluto. This is actually Saturn, but it doesn't matter. You've got Pluto can be pretty, pretty mischievous. So you've got going through your house, right? And it feels like with the King of Coins, things are asking the energy is asking you to be really, really, really grounded and solid. So this means planning ahead. Like whatever you're doing, it's time for you to plan ahead, plan for the long term, plan for the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of fat, you know, that kind of planning. Like really think things through and one step at a time. But when it's time to get something done or it's time to do something for you or for whatever your plan is, do it with no hesitation. Okay. And you can then do it with no hesitation because you've thought through it all. You've thought through every option. Do it then. But there's also something that is, I feel like somebody's attacking you. What's going on? 1 second. Who's attacking you? There's this feeling of being ostracized, this feeling of being shut out, this feeling of my innocence is not recognized. People are not seeing me for who I am. Someone's not seeing me for what I really intended. I don't feel connected to this person. Like all these thoughts are like coming at me. Okay. So it really feels, Aquarius, like right now you may be feeling kind of isolated. You may be feeling lonely in your battle for whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And you may be feeling like everything is resting on your shoulders, like you have all the responsibility, you have all the yeah, responsibility, you have all the pressure, all the decision making is with you, and you have to always think and do the right things. So it's sometimes we go through those phases, especially with loved ones, especially with family members. And all you can do is take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, pray, meditate, and work through it. I feel like this too shall pass. But there is a feeling, and this is, I said it, and then this card fell out, the Five of Wands, where yeah, there's something, some kind of energy that I feel is coming at you right now. But I do feel this is possibly out of a family or family-like area or group. I'm not feeling it as much with the friends group, but something family or family-like. Okay. Again, stay grounded, stay the course, keep doing what you're doing. Focus on the long term. Don't go for the small wins. Do not. Do not go for the small wins. They might be easy, but they won't get you anywhere. Okay. All righty. Pisces. Pisces, what's going on? Pisces. What do you need to know, Pisces? Oh, Pisces for the week ahead. Ah, thank you, Christine. Ah, thank you so much. Pisces, what's going on for the week ahead? What's your message? What do you need to know? Good morning to those of you that are just getting up. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine avec moi. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Pisces, what's going on? Pisces, message for the week ahead. What does Pisces need to know? Whee, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's some messages coming your way here, yeah. And ooh, some of you have been holding out on hearing something, hearing about something. Um, yeah, some kind of a message coming your way, an ending here. Okay, you're gonna receive a message on an ending to something. This may be good or bad for you. Let me pull one more card. Pisces, what is it that you need to know? What's this ending about? This may be a contract or an agreement. Yeah. Okay, so there may be some kind of a contract or an agreement, yeah, and with someone that is now this week coming to an end. There may be also discussions or talks in a relationship about, something has to end, maybe not necessarily the relationship, but something has to give, because we've got the Two of Cups here, okay? So the Two of Cups can, of course, represent agreements and contracts, also relationships, but you've got the Death card and you've got again, it's only a weekly snapshot. We don't always have amazing messages. Sometimes we do, sometimes and then we have some tougher things that we need to deal with. And this feels like it's one of them. So you've got some kind of a message coming in or messages. This is the Eight of Wands. It's something that you expected, though. It's not something that's fully unexpected. You've got the Death card, but this is in the difficult position or the not position. So it could mean that you were hoping that something had come to an end, but it hasn't, and it's returning back to you. Has to do with some kind of an agreement or a contract or possibly relationship. Okay. So yeah. I do feel when for some of you, it's not that dramatic. It's just you talking to your partner that something has to end. Maybe it's, some way that somebody's treating you guys or whatever, but something has to end. Okay. Alrighty, I will see you next week in week 49 and we'll see how it all panned out. You'll let me know, I'm sure, and how these readings like work for you. But now we're going to dive into the Q&A. Let me switch back to the thank you, Siobhan. Thank you so much. Let me switch back to the chats. KW, thank you for all of the live streams lately. Yes, there's so much happening that like I said in a past live stream, in order I can't, to it's in the moment, it's in the moment. And so I do them when I feel I have the energy coming. I can't really plan them. Um, hi Alex. Yay. A Libra, my ex-husband won't let go after 3 years. Ooh, yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah, let's see here. Does Spirit have a message for me about the person who just walked into my life, business or future partner? Um, Spirit have a message for you about the person who walked into your life. Just walked into your life. Spirit have a message. It it doesn't feel like something that's it's yeah, 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 yeah. It feels like this is someone that you might have to assist or help. There is the Ten of Wands energy. They're bringing a heavy burden in with them. It may be that you're looking at them, Page of Swords, eyeballing them, wondering clearly, um, what this is about or what you're expected to do here or what kind of a relationship this is supposed to be. But I feel like they're expecting you to help them carry their burden, yeah. Like they maybe had big plans at one point, but past the talking stage, it's kind of hard for them to do things by themselves. So they need some kind of a companion support, emotional support, that kind of thing. If you're wondering if they're there to support you, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. I feel like the subconscious intention is for you to support them in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So speaking life over them, speaking life into them, that typical things that females do with people they care about, right? Being their God fairy. And yeah. So I'm not too sure about this one, Christine. I don't feel like it's a long term thing. Okay. All righty, let's move on here. Thanks, Siobhan. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Alex, I realized recently lost my job. Why do I feel like that's a blessing? And I'm not sure on my next steps and worried about finances. Can I have guidance? Absolutely. Why do I feel like that's a blessing that you lost that job? I feel like it's a good thing that you got out of that. It was somehow holding you back and you weren't willing to leave it or move on from it. I keep seeing you in airplanes. I don't know if you used to work as a stewardess or if you thinking about working as a stewardess, but I feel like that could be a possibility for you. I don't know why, but I constantly associate you with that. Um, but it really feels like that could be something for you. Let me see here. Yeah. But there's a person who's yeah, yeah. Um, there is a relationship that's waiting for you. We've got the King of Wands in the background, okay? There is a relationship that's waiting for you. There's someone who's manifesting you into their life right now, who's dreaming about you, or someone who's just like you, like literally you, who's hoping for you, who's praying for you. But you've kind of lost, I don't know, hope in that, or yeah, you're just not feeling, you feel like I have to do things by myself. We've got here the Queen of Coins. And like with the Ten of Swords, I'll only be betrayed in relationships, but this person is not about betraying you. And I feel like that's kind of why, how should I put this? It's difficult for you with workplaces because deep down inside you're feeling like I should be like a stay-at-home, And which is fine, absolutely fine. But at the same time, there's an inner block because you can't really trust the masculine. Okay. So, but it feels like there's someone there for you. Absolutely. Alex, deep you, deep you. There is someone there for you. And we've open yourself up to a new relationship somehow, make yourself available. But there's also something about a plane and stewardessing. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Sorry. And that there's someone there for you who's willing to be that person, that stability that you're looking for. Okay. Danny, hi. My cousin Josh is struggling mentally and isolating himself. Is there any way I can help, please? Oh, that's interesting because I was thinking about that before I started this live, and that people are going through it right now. But then I kind of spoke about this person that I met, but that these are times where people are going to be experiencing their depression, sadness. We call it mental health, but it's really just a normal response to the state of our societies, the state of our world, the state of our lives, and the helplessness that so many of us feel around all of that. So, ooh, that's really a tough one because he has access. I mean, he lives in a modern day world, so he has access to all the information that he needs to have access to. Let me pull a card. Josh, what's going on with Josh? There's something around his mother and something around a connection to a mother. It's almost like he's missing that connection or that connection is difficult for him. A lack of a mothering, lack of mother, okay? But yeah, he's having a really difficult time. He's not really believing in the goodness of this world. Oh, Josh, what's going on? Yes, Four of Cups. So the card that came out is the Four of Cups. He's thinking about life, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Judgment card, looking to the reasons behind it, the other side, looking to the veil. And there are also financial issues, as in him taking care of himself, but him resenting the world of finance, the world that we live in, and that we have to do things financially in a financial way. A lot of fears, anxiety, unwillingness to bring sacrifice, wanting to stay home, needing to stay home, blocking himself from moving forward, thinking things. Oh, I mean, it's showing his situation. I'll run through the cards that came out. So we've got the Judgment card, so him looking to the other side, but also morally judging things around him, looking at life, the Wheel of Fortune here. Let me see. Then we've got the Four of Cups, so him sitting in the emotional depression and saying no to life, saying no to what's going on around him. Then we've got the Five of Coins, which is indicating him looking for help, but also feeling like he can't be helped, like he is beyond help, feeling unworthy, a lack of worth, a lack of self-worth within himself. His anxiety, the Moon card, the anxious states. We've got the Two of Swords, which is the unwillingness to make the sacrifice or move things ahead, which is keeping him stuck. The Ace of Cups, being stuck at home or needing to be at home, needing it to be in this nurturing environment. The Chariot, wanting to break free. The Hanged Man, being stuck. So you see the drill, like it's here, the Four of Swords, overthinking things again. And the King of Wands in his thinker pose, he's actually a person of action. So this is, I feel like this is a stage that he's going to go through, and he might need to go through this to get to the depths that he needs to get to find the answers and the information that he's seeking to become the person he needs to be, to do the things that he signed up for. So all you can do is be there when he calls, be around him, send him good intentions, send him light so that if he needs it, he'll take it. Pray for him, do these kind of things, but you can't really overstep the boundaries that he's set. Okay. So that's what's coming through. And wishing you good luck with that, and him all the best as well. Maggie, my landlord gave management of a house to an agency and they want us to sign new contract. We don't want to and ignored the situation for now. Can you advise how that's going to play out? And any advice? Ooh, yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. I feel here. Yeah, yeah. You guys are right on picking things that things are not quite, something's off about this situation because we've got the Seven of Cups that came up for you, Maggie. So an offer that's being made, but there's some kind of a illusion cast around it, some kind of an untruth that goes in with that. And we've got the Devil card, like being tied or chained or obligated to something that is detrimental to you. But the final card is things are going to work out. This is the World card. So it's all going to play out in a good way. Okay. Just keep doing what you're doing in a sense. And that will lead to having the conversations that need to be had, which will lead to things working out for you in some way, shape, or form. Like there's some kind of an agreement that you guys are going to get to or come to that will work out for you. Okay. K Love, thank you so much. K Love, morning, morning. Will I find a better job soon? I feel like my current workplace is a bit toxic. Yeah. Will K Love find a better job soon? The current workplace is a bit toxic. Yeah, you're carrying a heavy burden. We're seeing that with the 10 of Wands. We're also seeing you feeling like this is a huge thing to go up against. Like, oh, now I got to get up and go look for a job again and find something new. But there's something in your past, okay? The Six of Cups, a person or a job that you've done previously that still has its doors open for you. Yeah. But the opportunity is also there for you to go solo or do something that is self-employed. Okay. The decision is yours, King of Swords, and I'll leave it there. But there's something in your past, something that you did in your past that you could do again, or something along those lines. Okay. So look at where you had the most fun, where you had the most creativity, where you had the most joy, Six of Cups, and you'll figure out a way. The Hermit card, you'll find a way to make things work for you, but the choice is up to you. But yeah, this is it's a heavy burden. Like staying in this situation right now, you're in the 10 of Wands energy. Okay. So there's a little bit of a block there. Cooking protein with Christine. He connected to help me get established, but we get along real well. Not sure if he's open to that. Not sure if I see him making any moves towards me in that sense. On the other hand, I feel CN initials. You know, like this is what I'm picking up. You can let me know, Christine, how it pans out, right? And I'm wishing you guys all the best, but I don't see this as a long-term thing, as I said before. And I feel like his inner intention is for you to support him emotionally to his success and his greatness. Okay. So right now he might be nice. You let me know how that rolls out. I'm a Virgo rising. Hi, B. I'm a Virgo rising, and your Virgo message resonates with me. Oh, namaste. I'm leaving a stressful job. May I have career guidance and what's coming towards me in love? Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. B, B, career, love. Okay. I'm not quite sure if you what kind of work you do here, but I feel like there's a connection to spirit that you have as well. So you may be into healing, or you may be thinking about getting into healing, thinking about getting into readings as well. I've got the star and the sun here, so there is these two coming in together, indicate a level of ability. Okay, this may be clairvoyance, this may be what have you, but there's a thought in the back of your mind, should I be working with this? Could also be astrology that you're looking into. Okay. But the answer, if you're looking into that, would be yeah, like you could do it. It could work out for you. But otherwise, King of Swords is showing up, and I get the feeling that, you might be well in an environment that has to do with legalities. So some kind of a legal help, or something, in an office, but it has to do with legalities, laws, possibly insurances, but where these kind of decision making processes are happening some way, shape, or form. Okay. As to your situation currently, I feel like the best, spirit saying, have the courage to completely cut it off and do something absolutely new. Also, again, with these two cards here, and this cutting things off, making a hard decision with the King of Swords energy and starting something new based on your faith, right? So you have to have faith in yourself and in your future and in your life and in your capabilities, and build on that moving forward. Now, when it comes to love, you've got the 10 of Cups card coming up. So definitely something coming up in your future. something positive, but you have to move away from something that you're kind of playing with now. Okay. So you have to move away from something that you're kind of playing with now, and something deeper is going to happen for you in your future. You have to find joy within yourself. Okay. Nine of Cups. So you've got the 8, 9 cups here. This is perfect. It's an arc of development and moving away from what's not right for you, evolution, finding the joy within yourself. I know it sounds tacky. I know it sounds cliche. You've heard it everywhere. You got to love yourself first. No, you don't have to love yourself first, because love is unconditional, but you have to start making the right choices for yourself first, right? And that goes for to show the universe, like, I'm not playing around, I'm not diddle-daddling, I'm not texting, I'm not, I'm not wasting my time. I'm only going to deal with what's really working out for me here. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you. All right. Um, Travel blogging would also work for you, Alex. Absolutely. Anything to do with traveling would work for you. Nora, is there any message from spirits for me? I'm really struggling. I'll tune in and see if something comes through. Leah, no, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Oh, thank you, CJ Brooks. Thank you so much. Yes, Maria Christina, can you guide me with the person getting in my life if he is here for good? Um, let's see. Guiding, getting, person getting into your life is there for good. All of a sudden I feel like, that's not something you need to worry about right now, Christina. It's not something you need to worry about right now. Just have fun. Just don't worry about it. Just have fun. I feel like you haven't had fun in a while. And it's maybe this person is just there to get you back into a certain frequency, vibration, feeling about yourself and your life. Maybe this person is going to be a long-term person. It depends on if they're willing to channel the energy that you need and develop along the lines that you are going to be developing along. But for now, in this moment, just have fun. Just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy this. And don't worry too much about the future. Just let it unfold. But since we're all curious, and it's perfectly normal to be curious, is this person that she needs, right? See, I'm telling you, this is literally, these are the cards that I picked out of the deck right here. And this is the card that dropped out, like you just maybe heard it plop. But it's the Page of Wands, and this is your message, is to just have fun. This is Miriam celebrating. Miriam sang to them, sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. So just have fun. And the cards that were chosen for you is exactly that. Okay. These are heavier cards. You've been too much in the energy of heaviness. And we've got here the King of Coins. So this is definitely someone who's concerned about structures, businesses, building things, money, that kind of thing, right? And resources, caring for others possibly. Then we have the Ace of Swords, a clear decision, like a clear taking charge of your mind and pushing it in one direction only, and really being clear about what you want for the future. And not letting yourself be sidetracked or pulled off or pulled into other things, right? Staying focused. And we've also got the Hermit card showing that, you've kind of hermited yourself, isolation, locked yourself in for a minute there, are used to being alone, expecting to be alone, that kind of thing. So have fun, just enjoy yourself. Okay. It could be that this person is there for the long haul. If this person is also a person that is just coming out of a loneliness time, a time of loneliness or separation or deep self-reflection, then this person could be there for the long haul. But if person is someone who's had it, who's fine right now, then I don't know. It might be that they're just there to pull you up to that fine level. Okay. All right. Um, B, I started my own YouTube spiritual channel and have been put Spirit talks to me and have been putting in some work into it for these past few weeks, diving into the new. I've been feeling a shift for me. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Yes. Um, Leah, no. I'm working on building my confidence. What's Spirit's advice for me on the rest of the year? Ooh, that's a bit much for the chat. For your confidence build, though, we've got the Four of Cups. You've got internalized anger, which has turned into depression and resentment and resentfulness. So that's something that you can work through, Leah, and that will, once that energy leaves you, everything's going to open up for you and you'll feel life is a lot lighter, a lot lighter. Okay. Let's see here. What else? Ah, KW, I just had an intense couple of days learning that a loved one had a heart attack and now taking on some caretaker responsibilities, all in the middle of a job hunt. Would love any guidance here if available. I feel like this is a new, because so many in the US right now are looking for work and it's become a topic again. And it feels as if this is a new creative push for the US again to or people there to get really creative. Like something amazing is going to come out of this, even though it's a very stressful time for so many people right now. But this creativity, it's almost like a reminder to connect with the true source of creativity so that you can get really inspired again and really do something with your life, And instead of manifesting, helping other people manifest their dreams, manifest yours. So now to guidance for KW. Guidance for KW, please. What does KW need to know with all that's going on in their lives? Ooh. Okay, let me pull one more card for you. The outcome, please. The guidance. Yeah. This is gonna sound really, 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 but they're showing me, like you wrote it so lighthearted in the chat. Or not lighthearted, but with a light energy, right? I don't want to be overbearing. I don't want to step on anybody's feet. Like that's the energy that you're coming in with. And you're very considerate when it comes to other people. That's also something that I'm picking up. And you pray for other people. It's time for you to pray for yourself, okay? It's time for you to pray for yourself, KW. I've got the Nine of Wands here, and this is someone who's on his knees, who's experiencing a lot of trials and tribulations, but who's good. This is Job. And it's time to pray for you. Like you've been praying and working for other people. We've got here a maternal energy as well. So a feminine energy that is around you that is in need. But also you having this energy of the maternal and of being in need. And we've got the Tower, like things coming down around you. This is meant to happen, okay? These structures that you've been living in and that are around you mentally, everything, it has to shift, it has to change, it has to reshape itself. Something's coming out of this where I feel that you're going to show up as the leader in this, in a sense, where people are going to be looking to you for advice, guidance, leadership. You're going to have the opportunity to, I know this probably doesn't make sense the way it's coming to me right now in your life, but reflecting on it, you're going to see, you're going to have the ability to restructure things. You're going to have to be the ability to put your stamp on things in your family, in your community, on how things are moving forward, what's being focused on, what the underlying themes, topics, beliefs are. This is going to come from you now. So sing to the Lord, KW. A lot of singing will help, okay? Start singing good songs, singing life over yourself. You guys have no idea how powerful that is because what you sing, you're visualizing, right? So as you visualize it, you guys know how to manifest. You're visualizing your new timeline, you're visualizing your new life, and you're singing it into being, utilizing your voice, utilizing frequencies to assist in manifesting that into your life. So becoming that magical being that you are, reminding yourself of your own magic. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you so very, very, very much. And um hi, Masood. Yeah, thank you so very, very much. I think that's all I'm really picking up on. And thank you guys so much for your support in the chat. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Have an amazing Sunday, whether you're just waking up or you're winding down. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye. And don't forget to sign up for my Patreon, you guys, because I'm posting over there slowly, but by the end of the year, they're all going to be up there. All the signs for next year. Feel free to book your year ahead reading with me as well, because the link is in the chat below. We'll do a 2025. And December 13th, let's get together in a group and lift the energies, baby. Open up a bubble of magic and see what comes through, what's being said about 2025, what we can open up to, what we can prepare for, what we can expect, and maybe also get a message for you from my guides. We'll see what happens, okay? We never know. And I used to do these year ahead channelings. I stopped in, I think, 2021, 2022. No, 2023. Yeah, 2023, I didn't do one. And 2024, I didn't do one. But we're doing one again. So sign up for it also in the chat box below. Excited to see you everywhere I am. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.